Hello everyone, I'm Kelly Barnett. Welcome to my channel Instant Healthcare, where I share simple tips, expert advice, and motivation to help you live a healthier, happier life. Let's take charge of our health, one step at a time. Where we dive deep into the nitty-gritty of human behavior. Today, we're tackling a tough one, jealousy and envy. We've all felt it, but how can you tell if someone's harboring those green-eyed monsters towards you? Now, before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future relationship advice. We're gonna unpack the 8 telltale signs someone might be secretly jealous of you. And trust me, folks, you don't want to miss this. We're talking about subtle cues, hidden meanings, the kind of stuff that can really trip you up in your relationships. So, stay tuned because this is gonna be good. Now, you might be thinking, Dr. Phil, how can compliments ever be a bad thing? Aren't they supposed to make us feel good and appreciated? And you're right, genuine praise is fantastic. It can boost our confidence and strengthen our relationships. But folks, there's a difference between a heartfelt compliment and flattery that's just too over the top. Sometimes it feels like they're laying it on a bit too thick, doesn't it? Jealousy can sometimes disguise itself as excessive flattery. It's a sneaky way of masking true feelings. It's like they're trying to butter you up, but deep down there's a sense of resentment simmering beneath the surface. They might be smiling, but their eyes tell a different story. Think about it. Have you ever received a compliment that just felt off? Like it didn't quite sit right with you? Like the person saying it wasn't truly happy for you? Maybe their smile didn't reach their eyes, or their tone was just a bit too forced. Maybe they even downplayed your accomplishment while pretending to praise you. It's like they're trying to diminish your success while appearing supportive. That, my friends, is a red flag. It's a sign that their words might not be as genuine as they seem. It's like they're trying to convince themselves, not you, that they're happy for your success. They might be struggling with their own insecurities. Remember, true friends celebrate your victories without reservation. They don't hold back their joy or try to overshadow your achievements. They're genuinely thrilled for you, and it shows. Their happiness is contagious and makes you feel even better about your success. So be wary of those who lay on the flattery too thick. It's important to recognize the difference between genuine praise and hidden jealousy. It might be a sign that they're not as thrilled for you as they're pretending to be. Trust your instincts and surround yourself with those who truly support you. You know what they say, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. It's a way of showing admiration and respect for someone else's qualities or achievements. But let me tell you something, folks. It can also be a major red flag when it comes to jealousy. When admiration crosses the line into obsession, it can become unhealthy. Think about it. When someone is constantly copying your style, your ideas, even your mannerisms, it can be a sign that they're envious of your uniqueness. They might be trying to emulate your success because they feel they can't achieve it on their own. They're trying to capture what you have because deep down, they feel inadequate. They believe that by mirroring you, they can somehow attain the same level of confidence and recognition. Now, a little bit of inspiration is one thing, but when someone starts becoming a carbon copy of you, it's time to pay attention. It's no longer about admiration. It's about insecurity and a lack of self-identity. It's like they're trying to steal your thunder, your identity. They want to bask in the glow of your achievements without putting in the effort themselves. And that, my friends, is not healthy. It's a toxic dynamic that can strain relationships and create unnecessary tension. It's a sign that they're not comfortable in their own skin, and they're trying to find validation by becoming you. They need to realize that true confidence comes from embracing their own strengths and weaknesses. So, if you've got someone in your life who's constantly mimicking your every move, it might be time to have a little chat. Address the issue with empathy and understanding. Help them understand that their own individuality is what makes them special, not trying to be a second-rate version of you. Encourage them to find their own path and celebrate their unique qualities. Now let's talk about another sneaky tactic jealous folks use, downplaying your success. This is when someone tries to minimize your accomplishments, making them seem smaller than they are. They might say things like, "Oh, it wasn't that hard," or, "Well, you got lucky this time." They might even compare your achievements to their own, trying to one-up you or make you feel inadequate. This is classic jealousy, folks. They can't handle the fact that you're doing well, so they try to tear you down. They want to dim your shine because your success highlights their own insecurities. Remember, true friends and loved ones celebrate your victories, big or small. They're genuinely happy for you and want to see you succeed. So, If you've got someone in your life who's constantly trying to downplay your accomplishments, it's time to take notice. Their negativity is a reflection of their own issues, not your worth. Now, a little healthy competition never hurt anyone, right? It can push us to be our best selves. But folks, when it comes to jealousy, competition can quickly turn toxic. We're talking about the kind of competition where someone is constantly trying to one-up you, no matter what. You get a promotion? They're already gunning for the next one. You buy a new car? They have to have a better one. It's exhausting, isn't it? That constant need to prove themselves, to be better than you, it's a sign that they're deeply insecure. They're measuring their worth against yours, and it's eating them alive. Remember, true friendships and relationships are based on support and encouragement, not cutthroat competition. So, if you're constantly feeling like you're in a race with someone, it might be time to reevaluate that relationship. Life's too short to be constantly competing with someone who's supposed to have your back. Let's talk about gossip, folks. It's the oldest trick in the book when it comes to jealousy. When someone is truly happy for you, they don't feel the need to spread rumors or talk behind your back. But when jealousy rears its ugly head, watch out. They might start spreading lies, exaggerating truths, or trying to turn others against you. It's a way for them to feel better about themselves by tearing you down. Think about it. If someone is constantly gossiping about others, it's a good indication of their character. They're more interested in drama and negativity than building genuine connections. Remember, true friends and loved ones have your back. They're not going to engage in gossip or spread rumors about you. So if you find yourself the target of jealous gossip, it's best to distance yourself from those who are fueling the fire. Their negativity is toxic, and you don't need that kind of energy in your life. Now, folks, sometimes jealousy isn't about what's said, but what's not said. It's about the lack of support, the deafening silence when you need it most. When you're excited about something, do they share in your joy? Or do they seem distant, disinterested, even annoyed? When you're struggling, do they offer a helping hand or a listening ear? Or do they disappear, leaving you to fend for yourself? These are telltale signs of envy, my friends. They can't handle seeing you happy or successful because it reminds them of their own shortcomings. So they withdraw, hoping that your light will dim. Remember, true friends and loved ones are there for you, through thick and thin. They celebrate your victories and offer comfort during your struggles. So if you're constantly met with silence or indifference, it's time to take notice. Their lack of support speaks volumes about their true feelings. Now, folks, this next sign is a big one. It's not just a minor issue or a small red flag. It's a glaring warning that you need to pay attention to. In fact, it's more than just a sign. It's a blaring siren that something is seriously wrong. It's like a fire alarm going off in the middle of the night, demanding your immediate attention. I'm talking about someone who actually seems happy when you fail. Yes, you heard that right. They derive some twisted pleasure from your setbacks and misfortunes. They might try to disguise it as concern, saying things like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that," but their words don't match their true feelings. But you can see it in their eyes, that glimmer of satisfaction. It's a fleeting moment, but it's there, and it reveals their true intentions. They might even try to offer unsolicited advice, pretending to be helpful, but their advice is often condescending and unhelpful. But it's clear that they're relishing in your misfortune. They might say things like, "If only you had listened to me," with a smirk on their face. This is toxic behavior, folks. It's not just annoying, it's harmful and damaging to your well-being. It's one thing to be indifferent to your struggles, to not offer support when you need it, but to actually take pleasure in them. That's a whole other level of messed up. It's a sign of deep-seated issues within that person. That's a whole other level of messed up. It shows a lack of basic human decency and compassion. It shows a deep-seated resentment and a complete lack of empathy. These are not qualities you want in someone close to you. Remember, true friends and loved ones are hurting when you're hurting. They feel your pain and want to help you through it. They want to see you succeed, to reach your goals and be happy. They celebrate your victories as if they were their own, and they'll do whatever they can to support you. They'll stand by your side through thick and thin. So, if you've got someone in your life who seems to get a kick out of your failures, it's time to reevaluate that relationship. It's time to cut them loose. Don't let their negativity drag you down. You deserve better than that. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, not those who bring you down. Finally, let's talk about passive-aggressive comments. This is when someone says something seemingly innocent on the surface, but there's a hidden barb, a subtle dig that's meant to sting. They might say things like, "You're so lucky to have that," implying that you don't deserve it. Or they might make backhanded compliments like, "That's a nice outfit. It hides your flaws well." They might even try to disguise their jealousy as humor, making sarcastic remarks that cut you down. These subtle jabs are designed to chip away at your confidence, to make you question yourself. They're a way for jealous people to express their negativity without directly confronting their own issues. Remember, words have power, even when they're veiled in passive aggression. So, if you're constantly on the receiving end of these subtle digs, it's important to address them. Let the person know that their words are hurtful and set boundaries to protect yourself from their negativity. So there you have it, folks. 8 signs that someone might be secretly jealous of you. Remember, recognizing these signs is the first step. Once you're aware of the issue, you can start to address it. Now, I'm not saying you need to confront every person who exhibits these behaviors. Sometimes, the best course of action is to create some distance. Surround yourself with people who genuinely support you, people who want to see you succeed. Life's too short to be bogged down by other people's jealousy. So, go out there, be your best self, and don't let the green-eyed monster steal your joy.